Ugh. I could be happier in this moment. It rained all night, which was not on the outlook on my phone, but clearly I'm ready for it. I kept with what I had planned to bring despite the change in that forecast, so she's ready to go. And we're gonna go out this door because it's a whole lot easier when we go out and come in to have our feet kind of hit this floor first and keep all the muck out of the good space. I've also had to put this type of flooring onto that step because Greta's nails got caught in that one. So these two sites wouldn't be terrible if you had your back doors open like we had discussed yesterday. You'd open up your back door to the forest. So again, you'd probably have those bugs. Unfortunately here, you'd also have these two trash cans. And this is the hostess's site right here. Back up, silly. Go. Up, up. Oh, that's a big yawn. It is a pain in the butt to climb in here. And here. Take my shoes off here because they are crows. Yesterday I made the mistake of not preparing my toilet. It's always prepared for pee, by the way. That's not what we're talking about here. So I am just going to have, you know, take care of things a little bit in advance. Rip this pad apart. It still absorbs. It's just less bulky. We'll just do this because the last thing you want is to have to prepare something. Even if it takes a minute. Sometimes that's a minute too long. I think it's really important to note that I spend all this time prepping the van and excited for the van, and then I often get to my campsites or wherever it is I'm staying, and then I leave the van and I go do things in the area, which is absolutely expected, and I must do that. But I think it's really easy to forget that the downtime in the van is really what it's all about. That's what I've waited for, and that's what I did it all for, is, you know, my chill out time in the van, just like this. If you're watching my videos on van life-ish, I feel like it's really important to note that I'm only a couple steps ahead of those who are still in the dreaming process or still in the scribbling out your plan in your notebook type of process. They may be big steps ahead because I do have my van and I waited a really long time to have my partial build done and to finish the rest, but I'm still only, you know, 2 or 3 steps ahead. I have that notebook. I like to look back on it and kind of remember what didn't work and such. I would say she's guarding, but she's not. She's hunting squirrels, her nemesis. Right, Greta? So I forgot my own rule as far as anything with a heating coil or a heating element. And I was testing my water pot with this different stovetop that I've placed in here this time. And then I thought I would also use my coffee maker just to make hot water for my shower and just kind of compare the two, forgetting that they're both heating elements and I've blown something. There's an error code on my Bluetti and I have to figure that out now. So I have nothing but time. It's not an issue as long as I can fix it, I guess. Broke my own rule. My lights are on, so DC's good, AC's blown. It's weird that I can't turn the stupid thing off, right? That's weird. I've tripped something and I couldn't figure out when I first went back there what it was. I need to look into that. But in the meantime, while the stovetop water actually did get really hot really quickly, that was nice. I figured I better use that hot water instead of figuring out the electrical and doing it again. I'll just use my hot water real fast to shower, which I did. This is how this works. Simply go down here. I just pumped it, so it's pretty, when you start to lose your pressure, you just know you have to pump it again. It's pretty good, it's a good system. And I've added these hooks up here because this thing would otherwise just sit in the dirty water at my feet, which was kind of gross before. In my loofah, I like to have the same thing. I don't want it to sit in my dirty water while I'm washing my hair or something. And it allows it to kind of drip and do its thing. When you're done with the shower, you simply pull this little nubbin and it lets all the pressure out. And then, yeah, then you're kind of done. And to give you an idea, there's not tons of water. Like the top of my feet aren't even covered. So, and this worked out really nicely. Typically this shower would have been much closer to my legs, and it's really just like me and this shower thing standing in here, and there was no room. This is very nice. Let's see how I can do this here. There is still about, I probably had it about to here when I took my bath, and now it's here. Let's see how I can do this. That's just temporary. This could go bad so quickly. So quickly. It got to the point where it wasn't high, you know, I couldn't get it out of the drain. So I just plugged the drain again, and then you saw me kind of angle that point. My toilet is still not even close to full, and my little gauge here goes from green to red when it's full, and it's not at all. So you always gotta kind of get all the dirt off your feet before you even put socks on, which is fabulous. About to open this door, my love. Go outside, okay? Oh, it's raining. That sucks. Right, Greta? Why is it raining on us? Okay. Watch out. Greta. Nope. Oh. Come on. Come on. Greta, come. my shower in the front seat for now, just to have it out of the way. I had planned for this bucket that my baby pool or my shower tub, you know, I have it kept in the garage. I was planning on this to just be a temporary solution to keep those, you know, from dripping on my floor. And granted, it doesn't allow for the expansion right now, but at least lets what's on the bottom drip into here. And then when I feel like it's a little bit, it's still pretty wet, I will open it up and take it out of there and actually let it like dry, let the whole thing dry. But I haven't had an issue with mold or anything like that just yet. When it's been hot out and I use the shower, all the doors are open to let the air in to dry it. And when it's cold, it just is what it is. And I'll just open it up in here. So since you saw me last, I realized that my USB faucet charges by USB. And it was dead. What I've done is, luckily I brought my old, you know, my vintage water cooler here with the little slow pour spout, which I love so much. And I kept my Buffalo here on my sink. I filled it up and that's what I'm going to use. It's a work in progress. It does release its water pretty slow, so I'll save water on that, which I don't have to worry myself about. It just makes me feel better. And it won't fill my gray water tank or my gray water jerry can quite so quickly. So that happened. In any case, I'm showered. Let me, if you've seen any of my like random early videos, you will see that I've got some hair loss issues happening and I need to get my, I put my Rogaine in my hair when it's wet, so let me take care of that real quick while you're on here. This is my process. After which I clean the counter. This is just the easiest way to do it. I need quite a lot because I have a lot of thinning. I also have like a laser cap that I use that was given to, or that I bought from Bosley, the hair treatment center, and it's been working really well. And I already used that this morning. I have to do it for 8 minutes a day. You didn't see that. It looks like a horseshoe crab sitting on my head. So it's raining outside and I need to figure out how to restart my Bluetti. And I looked up the manual, and to prevent myself from having to go outside, I used to be able to reach through here and get it, but when I got a bigger mattress, it prevented that. So I have moved everything, pulled the shoved the mattress up there on top of my other one, and now hopefully I'll be able to reach through there. Sorry, this is not going to look good, unfortunately. Oh, it did shut off. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That is not the optimal way to do that. The AC had popped, it went off, the DC was still on. I couldn't get the unit to shut down, but the manual said it won't shut down if, here goes my coffee maker. It wouldn't shut down because the DC was still on. So I turned the DC off, got the whole system to reset. Clearly it's working because my coffee maker is now brewing my shower water.